Hello everybody. So a few weeks ago I made Supermarket Simulator plugin for Mod Organizer 2. Well, there's been some confusion on how to get it up and running in Mod Organizer. So today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to get it up and running. So the first thing we're going to do is make a folder anywhere on your SSD drive, preferably outside of program files. And the first thing you're going to do is come over to the Nexus and grab Mod Organizer 2. You can either get it from the Nexus, which has their installer, or you can go straight to their GitHub and grab their archive, which I have already done. So what we're going to want to do is open up that folder, copy all, click and drag. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to come back to the Nexus and we're going to look up root builder. So what this is going to do is going to be a plugin for Mod Organizer. It's going to allow mods such as Bepinex to work through Mod Organizer and not have to be installed in your game directory. This is to keep your game directory completely clean. So what we're going to want to do is come here to plugins, just drag and drop. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to want to do, we're going to want to come here to my plugin, Supermarket Simulator, MO2 support. We're going to want to download that, which I have right here. I'm going to open up the archive. We're going to go back to your MO2 folder, right back into plugins, and then we're going to go this time to basic games, then to games. Then we're going to just drag and drop. Now we can go back to the main folder of Mod Organizer. So now we can open up run modorganizer.exe. So we're going to want to create a new instance. We're going to want to create a portable. I do everything through portable. You can do global, which will just give you the option to also run other games such as Skyrim, Fallout, and others through the same install of Mod Organizer. But I do everything through portable. I'm going to click there. And I'm going to find right here is Supermarket Simulator. So just click, leave this away how it is, and we're going to click Next. This is my folder that we're working out of. And this is what it's going to be creating: a downloads, a mods, profiles, and overwrite folders. The downloads folder is where all the downloads from Nexus is going to be going into. Mods is where all the mods, once you go to install them, where they're going to be placed instead of your actual game directory. Profiles is not used with Supermarket Simulator. Overwrite, I will show you on what to do with that in the next few steps. So we're going to want to click Next. Launch new instance. and finish. So once you get into it, you're going to see this down here. Don't worry about any of this. This is just side effects of the plugin that I made. So you can just come up to view and go log, and you won't see it. So if you come here to tools, you'll see that Root Builder is installed. The first thing that we're going to want to do, we're going to come back over here to Nexus. We're going to grab BepInEx. Toby's BepInEx Melon Loader Pack for Supermarket Simulator. We're going to come to the files, go Mod Manager Download. Some mods will start automatically, some you will have to click the download button here. So we're going to come here to Downloads. Okay, for some reason it did not download. Let's try that again. So if it gives you that problem, let's check our paths. Good, good. And there we go. For some reason, Nexus was having a little hiccup there. So now that we got the BepInEx download, double click. On this one category, we're going to click Disable. We're going to click through this little tutorial. So what we have here is what we would normally put into the root directory of the game. But instead of doing that, we're going to come up here to Plugins. We're going to right click, Create Directory. We're going to call it Root. So creating that, what we're going to do, we're going to take everything, we're going to just drag it right on in. So what this is going to do is going to make it act like this is already in the game directory. So we're going to come here and activate. We got to run. Make sure that the game is still functioning. And we get no errors with the BepInEx, which we did not. Then quit. So then what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to come back over here to Nexus. We're going to want to grab More Products and Texture Replacer. These are the two main mods that you will need for other mods for Supermarket Simulator. So let's start with More Products. We're going to come here to Files, Mod Manager Download. And click Download. And there it is. We're going to double click on that. So what we're going to want to do here is we're going to click this little arrow. You can see Plugins. We're going to want to highlight this, right click, Set as Plugins. And this is the proper layout that we want, file structure that we want. So now we're going to click OK. Now we're going to activate it. So up here you're seeing a notification saying that there's files in the overwrite. So what happens with Mod Organizer is sometimes files are created when you run the game. It gets placed in overwrite. So this was created by the Bepanex. So we're going to want to click and drag it right on over to the Bepanex mod and just close. So let's run it again. On a good practice, you do want to, after installing 1 to 2 mods, you always want to run the game to make sure that it is still running and functioning and not giving you any errors, and making sure that no notifications are given. So then you're going to want to grab a mod that uses more products. So for this example, we're going to use Christmas Candy. It uses more products as a requirement, as it's shown right here. So we're going to want to click download and come back here to MO2. Find Christmas Candy in our downloads, double click, and right here we see Christmas Candy. So what we're going to want to do is go right click on plugins, create directory, and we're going to go more products. Click OK. And then click OK. What we're going to want to do is drag and drop that right into more products. And then click OK. Activate it. Run. So now we can go in game. And get to the next day here. You can come here to the computer, go to management, and anytime you download anything that adds more products, the product license will be all the way down at the bottom, which we can see right here, Holiday Candy Assortment. So now we know that more products in that mod, the candy mod, was installed properly. Now, we can come back to Mod Organizer, and we got a notification. Files and overwrite. So this one is buy more products, which was actually Christmas Candy. So we're going to click and drag that right over to that. So now we're going to go over here, back to Nexus. We're going to go to Text Server Placer. Come down here to Files, and we're going to manage your download link, and it automatically downloads it. And there it is in our downloads. We're going to double click, and this is set up correctly already. There is nothing else to do with that except for click OK and then activate. Click on Run. So it is still up and running, no errors, which is what you want. So now we're going to come here and we're going to use Real USA products as an example on how to set up a texture replacer mod. So you want to click on Mod Manager Download. It's going to tell you right here it requires texture replacer. So we're going to click Download. Come back over here to Mod Organizer. Find our mod. Double click. So how we want it is that we want texture replacer folder in these. So we're going to right click on Real USA, set as plugins. So this is the file structure we want. So now we're going to click OK, activate, and we have a notification here. So we're going to Double click. And this was from Texture Replacer. So we're gonna drag and drop. Sometimes you will have to close out the overwrite and open it back up to move the stuff out. So now we're gonna run. We're going to wait for the game to load up, which will just take a second. Go back into the game. And now you can see the textures have all changed. And that is how you get mods to work for Supermarket Simulator through Mod Organizer 2.5. This method should also work on 2.5.2 for Mod Organizer, but earlier versions will not. Hopefully you guys